Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Yesterday, Jon DeLaRosa won the 2024 Tampa Pro, and he is headed to the Mr. Olympia. Huge congratulations goes out to Jon. In second place at the Tampa Pro, we had Foda, who was my pick to win the show. And don't worry, guys, we will go through a breakdown of the top four. In third place, a very good version of Jordan Hutchinson. This young guy is very, very good. Once he adds about 10 or 15 more pounds of muscle, he's going to be winning pro shows, probably sooner than that. And in fourth place, Vlad Suhoruchko, very good version of him. Far right, we have our fifth place finisher, Lewis Breed. Congratulations goes out to all of these guys, but of course, the biggest goes out to the winner, Jon DeLaRosa. And as promised, we are going to talk about the top four call out of Vlad Suhoruchko, Foda, Jon DeLaRosa, and Jordan Hutchinson. And I actually want to go ahead and talk about Vlad and Jordan before we get into the top two. So starting off with Vlad, who is on the far left, he actually brought a very impressive package to this show. At prejudging, this guy was spot on. You could have made an argument for him placing in second. If you want to be bold, you could say he was in the running to actually win the show, but Vlad did fade over the course of prejudging. Now, even though I did not report on this yesterday, I did watch the show. I wanted to take a little bit more time to analyze the footage before I came to you guys. Now, Vlad was very, very conditioned, and to me personally, he had the best back double in the show. But the shoulders and the chest, I don't accuse anyone of anything over here on GOAT Fitness, but no detail, and it just looked very, very suspicious. And again, Vlad seemed to fade over the course of them posing. Now, Jordan Hutchinson, who's on the far right, this guy has a very impressive physique, and I honestly think he possibly got overlooked at the Chicago Pro. He's not missing much. He honestly just needs to add more size to be competitive. When he adds about 10 or 15 pounds of muscle, we can maybe talk about this guy at the O, but I think even 5 to 7 pounds of muscle, this guy could be winning pro shows. Very impressed by him. And Foda actually did not get straight seconds. At prejudging, Jordan took a point from him. So now, let's get into this top two comparison of Foda and Jon DeLaRosa. In my personal opinion, I'm not sure if the judges got this one right. So taking a look back at the footage, I could say that they split the poses 4-4. Foda won both front poses, the ab and thigh, and the most muscular. We can give both side poses to Jon and both back poses to Jon. But in the front poses, there is a huge gap between Foda and Jon DeLaRosa. In the back double bicep, I don't think that there's that big of a gap between the two. In the rear lat spread, let's just be honest, Foda may have one of the worst rear lat spreads currently in the sport of bodybuilding, but from my point of view, again, I was not at the show. I had Foda winning the show. I can see them splitting the poses 4-4, but Foda from the front is just too big of a difference. And this is another point that I want to make that I have not seen anyone else mention. This is a men's open bodybuilding show. Looking at this top four, I believe Jon DeLaRosa may be the least muscular guy. I mean, we could make an argument that it's Jordan Hutchinson, but I think pound for pound, I think Jon is the least muscular guy on this stage. And we do have shorter guys winning shows, of course, Nick, Hottie, Derek, but they aren't the least muscular guys. They're just the shortest. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about this? I really hate to somewhat go against the judging, but this is my channel, guys. All I can do is be 100% honest with you guys about what I saw. And again, I was not at the show, and I'm also not an IFBB pro judge, but I have covered every major bodybuilding show for pretty much the last 3 years, and I cover almost every update from all of the top bodybuilders. So I think I know what I'm looking at a little bit. But let me know in the comment section below you guys' thoughts about the Tampa Pro. And regardless of all of my criticism, truly, congratulations to Jon and Patrick Tour. And next up, we have a recent guest posing from Hunter Labrada at roughly about 5 weeks out from this year's Italy Pro. And of course, he will be going up against Rubiel Mascara Nickzilla. And as I've said pretty much this entire year, I really like what I'm seeing from Hunter Labrada. Without a doubt, I would say that Hunter has made improvements. To me, he looks slightly bigger almost everywhere, especially in the upper back, and the quads and calves always look amazing. My only critique about this update, to be about 4 or 5 weeks out, conditioning could definitely be a little bit better. Now, what's weird about Hunter Labrada, I've seen him more conditioned than this 1, 2, even possibly 3 weeks ago, so I'm not really sure why he looks a little bit softer here. Maybe Hunter just filled up a little bit more for this guest posing. But as I mentioned before with Samson Dauda, I don't really worry about conditioning with these guys until they're about 2 or 3 weeks out. I've literally seen Terrence Ruffin look like he was in the offseason 2 weeks out from a show and then come in to win the show. And to be fair, Hunter's conditioning actually does look solid from the front, just needs to tighten up from the side and the back. But I'm not worried about it yet. Now, the last update I want to talk about in this video is of Dancovea Anderson, who was the third place finisher at this year's Tampa Pro in the Classic Physique division. It was won by Justin Borderina, and Gabriel Zancanelli placed in second. And it's crazy because you can argue that both of those guys have structures very similar to the current champion. But huge fan of Dancovea, we haven't really talked about him in a little while. The judges told him he could have been a little bit tighter here. I don't think he was necessarily off, but definitely could have been tighter, and Dancovea feels like his posing could have been a little bit better. But he said he is going to continue to show up. But very impressive physique, tiny waist. I have no idea why he didn't do a classic pose or a side chest in this routine, however. But that's going to be the video for today, you guys. I hope you did indeed enjoy it. Just to recap, Jon DeLaRosa did win the 2024 Tampa Pro with Mohamed Foda taking second place, Jordan Hutchinson in third, Vladimir Suhoruchko in fourth, and Lewis Breed in fifth. I'm Christian from Go Fitness. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's it. I'm out.